It's New Brew Thursday! Woo! And we are here today with a special guest, or a guest, if you will, Cameron Collins.
Thank you. That was gracious. That was very nice. Thank you.
You are, in fact, a guest. This is, as you are visiting us.
I feel like a guest.
And you're special. You're
Thank
special.
you.
I love you.
I appreciate it.
So this is Cameron Collins. Cameron, you are the founder, organizer, developer, creator, attender of the Brew Ha Ha and all of its associated events that
Brew
are
Ha Ha.
I am one of them.
You were the Brew Ha Ha
There's
master.
There's many minds. There's many people that are involved actually. To put an event on the size of the Brew Ha Ha, there's no way one person could do it. So I absolutely cannot.
Really? Because it seems like I could handle it.
You could not handle it.
And you were nice enough to bring us some beer. We're doing another Almanac beer, which we did about a year-ish ago.
I don't think it was a year ago. It was some time ago.
It was like last spring, I think.
Who knows?
Yeah, last time Michael Sardina gave us some Almanac, and this time we're getting it from Cameron. So we're going to be doing some, I'm going to open mine because nobody else is.
I'm going to say they've, I mean, not that their labels before were bad. I kind of like their labels before. It looks like a paper thing. But these are like really nice
they're like
labels, and they still got the paper thing going on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great, like...
They have a good design team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is the farm-to-table Barrel Noir.
Yeah, they're very special.
They're moving up.
And this is a blend of an Imperial Stout and a Belgian-inspired dark ale, which personally I feel there's some Belgian sugar in there from our little taste test pre-hand, but I'm not really positive on that. So.
I'd say it's a safe assumption. But
although, I mean, I could be
assumption.
getting that from the blend of the Imperial Stout.
yeah, who knows what you're getting, you know.
There's a lot going on with this
Who knows
beer.
what's happening in your mouth at any given time.
Yeah,
So.
we don't.
Oh, we should cheers before we all just start drinking.
yeah.
We're just like all backwards. Cameron's throwing off our rhythm.
By the way,
Cheers.
we're drinking this out of our brand new Gray Cloud glasses.
Cloud glasses.
Hey.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Fancy.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat, this has like a lot of nice cocoa notes. You know, sweet, almost chocolate notes.
It's sweet, but it's got a really nice dark chocolate back end. Like when you
Well,
get
this is
back
the
into-
aroma. I'm talking about.
yeah, on the flavor profile, it's sweet up on the front, but then as you get into the mid and back palate, it starts to get really like that bitter dark chocolate that really dries it out, makes it not sticky in your mouth.
It's actually a blend where they've actually aged it in 2 different barrels, bourbon barrels and also in Pinot Noir barrels.
Oh, really?
And I taste the Pinot Noir influence on the beer, that blend there. You can taste it. There's a little bit of a red wine and influx of flavor. No one's ever said that on the show.
Maybe like
Influx of flavor.
Yeah, it's new.
I could.
Trademarked Cameron Collins.
Copyright with the glasses in Europe. Just
Well,
don't even try
you know,
it.
the funny thing is as I taste this, I totally agree with you. I do get the Pinot Noir kind of oak profile on it for sure.
Right.
But it makes me wonder how a beer like this, blended with an Imperial Stout with this like really strong dark chocolate notes, would do if it was blended like in a port barrel. You know, because port is like commonly mixed with dark chocolate, and it's that really sweet, heavy kind of flavor to it. And I think something like I would like to see them do something like this where they age it in a port barrel. I think that'd be kind of cool.
But yeah, it's a really good. I mean, like you were saying, it's got those sweet chocolate notes up front. I mean, there's really nothing bad I can say about this beer overall. And for 10%, it's really easy drinking.
Really.
Yeah, dangerously easy drinking.
I mean, it's... and as far as for what is going to be at Great Cloud, you said you have the last 2 sixth barrels?
Last 3 6 barrels,
Last 3?
yeah.
Okay.
Last 3 6 barrels.
well, one of them will be
around.
for me. I'm just going to lay underneath it and open it while I smoke a cigar.
This could be arranged. It could be arranged. Yeah, no, it's really hard to come by. I found it at a place called O'Shea's in Laguna Niguel, which is a cool bottle shop and homebrew shop.
Yeah, Matt used to work there.
Matt used to work there, exactly. That's where I met Matt.
We do not discuss O'Shea's.
He hurt his foot.
Yeah,
O'Shea's.
he was
very dumb
permanently disabled at O'Shea's.
Goddamn kegs.
Do you remember that? I was sitting in Brew, and Matt comes walking in on crutches, and he's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I'm like, "What happened to your foot?" He's like, "I dropped a keg on it." I'm like, "Bound to happen."
Oh,
you know,
God, I can't imagine.
You work with them all day.
I could not. I would just cry like a girl.
Shocker.
But yeah, this seems like a really, I mean, obviously, you know, I don't smoke cigars, but I'm around Bill enough to know what goes well with cigars, and this is a great
cigar
going to be
beer,
a great cigar beer. You know, I mean, it's like I said, it's got all the right things happening with it. It's
Yeah,
totally.
It's not too much bourbon. It's not too much oak. It's not too much
Agreed.
chocolate. Everything is nice with it, and
it's not overwhelming. Like a barrel-aged beer typically is something that you kind of have to work into. This is approachable, really, I think, for anyone that can appreciate any level of craft beer, could appreciate this beer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those bourbon-aged barrels, or bourbon-aged beers, or barley wines, things like that.
Right.
It's like,
so heavy and thick, and their commitment. Really... Well, I think it's almost being cut by the Belgian dark ale. You know?
Yeah.
I would say that, yeah.
So, as we were talking about, this is a beer you're never going to find anywhere. So, I mean, this show's more about talking to Cameron about the Brew Ha Ha, which we're going to do shortly. But first, very appropriately, we're going to send you off to a cigar pairing with Dr. Bill and I believe myself, right?
Yep, because
what's
you're
the
the one
pairing?
that smokes cigars.
Yeah, it was one of those paired. I have no idea.
Oh, good.
I was really drunk by the time I got those.
It's going to appear probably on the screen any minute now.
So you go off and do that, and then we're going to come back and pepper him about his events, and you're going to find out all the amazingness that is the Brew Ha Ha. So cheers.
Pepper.
Pepper. Pepper.
Pepper.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Master Pairings with me, your host, Bill Sysak. Stephen Johnson here, of course. And we're going to do a cigar pairings. Very cool. Mm-hmm. I enjoy doing these. We're going to try to keep these going. Thank you for joining me, smoking a cigar.
Yes, I'm a little nervous.
Okay, fair enough. It's his first cigar.
No, it is not my first cigar. I quit smoking a month ago, smoking cigarettes a month ago. But cigars are what got me to start smoking cigarettes in the first place. Back 2-3 years ago.
So now when you kick back into your pack and a half a day thing, I'm going to get a lot of emails.
No. I have self-control. Okay. I have self-control.
So anyways, we're going to do beer and cigar. Mm-hmm. We have Bootlegger. What's the beer?
Black Phoenix. Imperial Black Phoenix.
10%.
It's a chipotle coffee stout, so it's spicy and it's
with
coffee.
Black pepper on top of it, I believe, right?
Yep, chipotle and black pepper with coffee.
Right. Let's.
It's a fantastic beer.
Open that bad boy. Wow.
A lot of aroma on that.
Who's chocolate, coconut? It's almost, it smells bourbon barrel aged.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of the spice on the nose, but all kinds of coffee and chocolate.
Oh, then all the spices come through. We get almost like curry, pepper, all kinds of crazy things. This is called a Lonsdale, a little bit shorter than a Lancero, very thin ring gauge, which means that the outer wrapper influences the flavor even more. Because it has a higher percentage. This is by Jim Huber. He used to be with CAO for many years and then decided to open his own company. 100% Cuban seed, Dominican wrapper, delicious. It's going to have some woody spice and peppery notes, so it should go fairly well with this. You already cut your cigar? There you go. And here's your lighter there, sir. This has great woody peppery notes. Being a Lancero, it's a fairly quick smoke.
Yeah, it's got a nice subtle flavor to it. It's not overly powerful. I mean, especially for me, not having smoked for a few months, cigars wise. It's been a little while since I've had a cigar. Normally, when I have a cigar, it's like really overpowering. It's like it kind of hits you in the face. This is very nice, very subtle. It's got a nice.
This is called Colorado wrapper.
Yeah. The flavor and the aroma on this reminds me of sitting around a campfire.
I guess I could see that. I could see it because it's woody. It's woody, and that's what you're getting. So pairs very well with the beer. Not overwhelmed. Doesn't overwhelm the beer.
The beer works really well with it too because it kind of cuts that coffee back a little bit and allows the spices to pop out a little bit more.
Of course, the first third's always the most subtle when you get to a cigar. The second, third, and final third are more intense in flavor. Smokes very well, really enjoyable. You know what? We'll be back in a minute. We're gonna enjoy the cigar and we'll be back in the middle third to let you know how we're doing. We're here with our middle third of the cigar. More intense, not as gentle as you were saying originally.
It's a little bit more like, I'm sitting closer to the fire. So I enjoy it though. It's the spiciness is coming out a little bit more for me. A little bit more of the wood characteristics.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still not changed into this big intense
It's not like the big coffee and chocolate notes you get off of the bigger...
Or just these really strong cigars.
Right.
It's this good medium-bodied cigar.
And I still think it still is doing really good things with the bitterness and the coffee of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's cutting that back a little bit, balancing out a little bit more with the spices.
I'm actually getting like almost a chipotle pepper chocolate, like if you did chocolate with chipotle on it kind of thing. It's really nice. Quite enjoyable. This is my first 4 kicks. I'm really digging it. Come back in a minute and we'll finish up. Final third, more intensity. Are you closer to the fire, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the fire with this, but I'm loving it. It's so much flavor. This is, I think, what most people when they think about cigars, like people who don't like cigars, when they think about cigars, they're thinking about cheap cigars that just smell and taste horrible.
Right.
When you think about like cheap cigars, they don't taste good. It's just like, oh, I'm smoking a cigar, yay. It's like, no, don't do that. These actually have a flavor component behind them. Right. They have like subtle notes, aromas that are nice. Right. It's not that nasty. I mean,
it's really simple. Yeah. It's just like beer. You have craft beer and you have macro beer. You have macro beer with adjuncts that dumb it down. You have craft beer that may or may not have adjuncts, but it's all about improving the quality of what you're having. Same with cigars. You can have machine-rolled cigars with chopped up filler in the middle, or you can have handmade craft artisanal cigars, which are all the cigars we smoke, obviously. And those are ones with long filler, a binder, and a wrapper, and they're beautifully made with loving care to have great flavor and taste. And that's what these are. This is intense in flavor, but it's still got the same wood and spice all the way throughout. Highly recommend it. The 4 kicks goes beautifully with the Bootlegger, but it also goes great with a lot of different spirits and beers. But the bottom line is you can have this cigar on its own and it's going to be a wonderful experience. These are great cigars, and there's a lot of places to get cigars out here, but a really cool thing is you have some good news about New Brew Thursday, right?
Yeah, we have a new sponsor. They're going to be releasing a website soon, boutiquecigars.com.
Boutiquecigars.com.
Boutique-cigars.com. It's a new kind of online experience for buying really high-end, really nice cigars at a wholesale price.
And the cool thing is they're boutique cigars. You can get, there's a lot of online websites, but this website has, things like Liga Privada, 4 Kicks, Illusione, Tatuaje, all the ones, Vieja.
You're not going to find these in your like normal smoke shop down the street.
Yeah, I mean, if you do, you're lucky to find one type of box. This site has the full range of really amazing boutique cigars, literally so aptly named.
And you're not paying retail for them. You're getting them at a good price. You're getting them and shipped to your house. It's a great experience. So really happy to have them as a new sponsor for Master Pairings, especially the cigar episodes. And hopefully they'll get their site up pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Cheers, my friend. Cheers, everybody.
So talk about Brew Ha Ha a little bit.
I would love to, thanks. First of all, thanks for letting me be on the show with you guys. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome anytime.
Thanks for the beer.
Absolutely. So, so the Brew Ha Ha really, we started in 2010, but I think we started talking about it in 2008. It really came from attending other beer festivals, such as Stone, which Stone was really kind of an inspiration to us. They do a great event down there in San Diego. There was nothing really like that in Orange County. First year we did it, we had no idea if we were going to be successful. We had a lot of experience. My partners, we had Ed, who'd been in the beer industry forever. He'd worked in distribution. He's a certified Cicerone.
Now is that Ritual? No?
He's at Ritual now, yeah. Yep. So he's at Ritual now, and they're doing great, and Ed's out there hitting the streets every day. He's such a hard worker. It's great.
Right. And the first time you did it in Irvine at the Spectrum.
We did it, across from the Spectrum.
It was a really fantastic venue.
Wasn't it?
I loved it because it had that island for the cigars.
Yep, Beer Geek Island.
Beer Geek Island, and...
It was actually the old Lion Country Safari, right? Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's right by Raging Waters, right?
It was, Wild Rivers. Raging Waters.
Yeah, San Dimas.
San Dimas.
Wild Waters. It was a water park.
Wild Rivers, which is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they...
well, they built an apartment there, didn't they?
Yeah, a bunch of them. There's 1,400 units now in there, which is much better. 1,400 apartments in Orange County? Way better than having a killer park for festivals, community events.
Because there's not anywhere to live in Orange County.
Right.
It's overpriced.
Well, yeah, that sucks that happened, but...
You know
We
what?
won't go into the name of the company that did that because John will go off. But
No, but you know what? There is a need because their occupancy rate, you know, if you look at what they're doing, it's everybody's booked. Everybody wants to live there. So there's obviously a need, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But Wild Rivers is gone. The park where we were is gone.
Yeah, the last time you had the Brew Ha Ha, it was, I forgot the name of the park, but it was
Oak Canyon.
Santiago Canyon.
Yeah, Oak Canyon
right?
Park. It's just adjacent
which
to...
I actually liked better, even though you had a better event or a better venue the first time.
Yeah.
The camping and the stuff the night before.
It was oddly, like, in a cool way, isolated. You know what I mean? Because you drove kind of like through a back road.
There was no cell phone service.
Yeah, totally. Which a lot of people, you know, we had a lot of complaints about that. Like, man, there's no cell phone service
I
out
can
there.
check in Untapped.
Yeah. all together now.
Yeah, exactly.
So clearly you heard it too.
Yes.
But,
no, I was actually the one that instigated most of the complaining.
Yeah.
I was
well,
like,
good.
go talk
Thank
to
you.
Cameron a second.
But that aside, I mean, the event itself, I mean, just...
Well, but you say that aside, right? As if like, well, if you look past that one thing, what we liked about it, and Ed's really the one that kind of brought it up, was it was almost a challenge to the community. Hey, be without technology for a minute and talk to each other.
yeah.
Right.
Can you imagine
be
what
at the
would happen?
festival. Yeah. Don't spend the entire festival
Doing
bragging
this.
that you're here when you're not really here. You're on Facebook
Right.
or Untapped or whatever.
Speaking of which, hold on, I need to check my Twitter account real quick.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I will so punch you in the face.
How ironic.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Right,
So that was
yeah.
cool.
No, but you had a ton of great breweries. I mean, I'm just, it sounds, you had a ton of great breweries there. But no, really, there was a lot of good stuff there. I mean, Eagle Rock, that's one I walked away from. They brought, not Eagle Rock,
Although Eagle Rock was amazing.
oh shoot, Smog City.
Smog City, Porter.
I think, they brought some of their barrel stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But I mean, that you had cigars there.
Yep.
The food was excellent, like a ton of food trucks.
Yep.
I mean, it's wide open. This one venue, I mean, I wasn't crowded. I wasn't waiting in lines. I mean,
Right.
it was a really nice, pleasant experience
Right.
for a beer festival.
Right.
Like, it was really well done.
Well, that's been our focus really for the Brew Ha Ha. When we set out, we wanted to be, number one, we didn't want to be a drunk festival where everybody just went and got drunk. We wanted people to come and have it be an educational experience for them.
Right.
Really a place where a first-time craft beer person that's, say, I don't know about this, I've had Sam Adams, and that's about as far as it goes. We wanted them to come and be able to feel comfortable and experience, you know, what craft beer really had to offer, which is great because we've heard over the years so many people say, I really got into craft beer after coming to that festival.
Yeah.
You know, which is
That's
great.
cool. Yeah.
So that was really kind of our point and our focus in starting it. So I think we've stayed really true to that. Some of our, you know, founding principles of the Brew Ha Ha was, one, support local breweries for sure, hands down. So you'll see, if not every, as close as you could get to every brewery in Orange County participates.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the OC Brew.
Right, and
Exactly.
then, but you also get a lot from outside the area as well.
We do.
Yeah.
You get some San Diego, you get some Inland Empire, which I think is good because it's letting these breweries know too that, you know what, the OC matters.
It does.
You need to be
Yeah.
here. There's a big, massive craft beer fan base here that you can come and exploit. If that's the wrong word.
So
to use, but-
an offshoot of that was the Brew Ha Ha, which was like, I guess it
It was a holiday
Winter
ale festival.
Fest?
Yeah.
Was that last minute or was that just my?
It wasn't last minute. It's something that, you know, we had kind of talked about lightly, and I just kind of said,
Because it just
let's
one
do
day,
it.
yeah, like one day it just blew up on Facebook, like
Right.
boom, this is happening in like a week.
Wait, that was his line. Boom.
Boom.
Well, when I
yeah,
saw
that
the
is kinda
Brew
what
Ho Ho, I was like, well, of course it's Brew Ho Ho. Like, why did I
Right,
think
it was
of that?
natural. It was like, yeah, brew.
I wore my
Oh,
Santa
right.
hat to it, so I
Yeah,
felt,
you did.
I felt
You did a good job.
Yeah, you did a great collaboration with Bootleggers and
Right.
which we're going to be drinking
actually.
after
Newport
this
Beach
for
Brewery.
we actually, you
I
know,
brought
we should
one of
do-
the last bottles.
for the live show. We should drink that.
Okay.
that beer. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was actually a huge honor to us and like just really exciting. The fact that, you know, we feel that we're part of the Orange County, you know, beer scene, you know, the Orange County brewing community. Even though we're not a brewery, we're not a restaurant, we're a festival, but we're a festival that celebrates what they do. We celebrate their craft, and in doing that, I think people have really responded well to it.
Right.
But the fact that, you know, Bootleggers. It's awesome that you have the label right there. But anyway,
Our label table has gotten a lot of plate lately.
that's good. But Bootleggers got together with Newport Beach Brew Co. Derek Bougie actually was the one that kind of initiated this whole collaboration.
The man.
And yeah, Derek's awesome.
Derek,
So
he's so cute.
And then, so Ryan down at Pizza Port in San Clemente, he got involved, and so we had 3 breweries all come together for the Brew Ha Ha. Brew Ha Ha, yeah, and they
Pretty
did a
awesome
collaboration.
breweries.
Yeah, legitimate, like great Orange County breweries.
When you guys met, what were you talking about for your collaboration for this?
Everybody really honestly brought something to the table. Ryan, you know, he was talking about, you know, which hops they should use and who has this hop in stock and which guy has this malt and what yeast have you been successful with and so on. We went out, we did it. It was awesome. It was really cool to be there and, you know, watch them actually go through the process.
Now, have you ever brewed beer yourself?
I have. Homebrew, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I've
Well,
homebrewed.
obviously, you don't have a commercial brewery.
I do. It's not officially...
It's not officially started yet.
It actually doesn't exist.
You're going to brew all coriander beers, aren't you?
No,
Like, are you
all
announcing
coriander.
something?
Well,
It's gonna be all 2-row and coriander.
All
That's it.
coriander all day.
the good news is coriander actually made it into the Brew Ha Ha Holiday Strong Ale, which was sold in restaurants, sold in stores.
They threw a seed in there just to shut you up. They're like, yes, Cameron, there's coriander in the beer
Now
now.
we're just busting your balls.
There was 3 seeds. 3 seeds. And they were big. Huge
seeds.
Coriander.
Cameron, thank you so much for coming by.
Can I throw the dates out there?
Yes, you should. Well, not for Craig Cloud.
Yes, of
All
course.
right, I'm just kidding. I know, I'm just kidding. No, you cannot talk about your event.
No, whatever.
Perfect. Multiple events this year coming at you guys. Everything's going to be bigger and stronger. OC Brew Ha Ha, September 7th. It's going to be out, same location as last year, Oak Canyon Ranch or Oak Canyon Park. We're discussing it. We're saying we maybe do.
The answer is yes.
The answer may be yes. We're doing some different things this year. We're trying to step up our game even more. We've been voted Southern California's best beer festival 3 years in a row. We want to take it even further this year and, you know, really do something different and bring something
Clothing
new.
optional.
So, Brew Ha Ha. That's going to be December 7th, and that's going to be at the Phoenix Club again. You didn't make it out.
No, I was there.
No, he
you
shut
were
up.
there.
He shut
I
up.
was there
Yeah.
for 1 beer and I had that beer.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Last
that.
minute. Yeah.
So anyway, we got that, and then Grey Cloud, of course, is coming up 2 days after the show airs, which is on Saturday.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's going to be killer.
And if you were fortunate enough to check into the live stream, you'll be able to hear more about Grey Cloud. Even if you're not going, it's kind of cool to hear about those kind of things. So,
is.
kind of see what's going on out in Southern California. Because you know what? This is actually becoming a really premier destination place to come to for craft beer.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
you know, even if you don't live in this area, you should really plan your vacations around here. Because you know what else you can do? Is you can hook up with New Brew Thursday, and we'll generally come out and have a beer with you. And it would be awesome.
It's
At the
true.
Brew Ha Ha.
At the Brew Ha Ha or at Packing House. We met up with Frank Chang there, who gave us beer, and you'll be able to see the beer he gave us. We're going to be doing DC beer next week. DC Bra.
As in Washington?
After in Washington, yes.
District of Columbia.
So for right now, and for the recorded show that you'll see next week, cheers, stay safe and drink beer.
Cheers.
Thanks.